Hello and welcome back to another Tuesday Night Light. If y'all missed last week, I had some exciting news. I'm starting a new record and crowdfunding for it currently. Thank you all for so much of your support this past week. Looking forward to continuing it this next 18 weeks. Now we're on track 2 of the 19 songs that are going to go on the album. Last week we opened with my grandmother singing in Croatian, I Come to the Garden Alone, and I wanted to follow that song opening with something that related to it. So I was looking for a way to kind of spin off that idea of walking in the garden with Jesus. And one of the first things that came to my head was, well, the garden we're walking in isn't Eden anymore, because we are in a fallen world. And I was thinking of, I really want to be honest and tell a lot of my testimony in these songs. So I also thought about the phrase, none other has ever known. In that song, it's talking about the joy of Christ. But I was thinking about areas in my life that no one else has ever really known about in my testimony. And part of that was I've told my testimony about back surgeries and the pain I went through, but during that time I was having suicidal thoughts and wasn't sharing that with people. And then even while I was writing the song, I was really thinking about the moment of my salvation when I was a kid in Vacation Bible School around like 7 or 8 years old. I remember going up to the altar and crying, but as I was thinking about it, I was crying tears more of guilt than of freedom. And that led to me, because I felt guilty that Jesus died for me, it led to me trying to live this works-based salvation, works-based faith, trying to be good enough for Jesus to have died for me, trying to be good enough to earn that instead of resting in what he has done. And that bore its fruit throughout my younger years, and I had to learn to just rest in Jesus and in his salvation. And so the verses for this week, because of talking about the garden, I went back to Genesis 3, starting in verse 17. This is after Adam and Eve have taken of the fruit, and God is looking for them, although he knows where they are, and he tells them about the consequences of their sin. And he talks to Adam in verse 17. He said, and to Adam he said, because you have listened to the voice of your wife and have eaten of the tree of which I commanded you, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you, and pain you shall eat of it all the days of your life. Thorns and thistles it shall bring forth for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground, for out of it you were taken, for you are dust, and to dust you shall return. On the farm here, I get caught by those thorns sometimes, and I have to work to care for the land, right? So there's days that I'm like, come on, Adam, but really if I was there, I would have messed up too. But then I go fast forward to John 16, and when Jesus is speaking in verse 33, he's talking to the disciples, and he said, I have said these things to you that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Because of our sin, there's a consequence, right? We will face trials in this world, but we can take heart because ultimately the garden we will walk in with Jesus is eternity with him as he is seated at the right hand of the Father. And we just worship him. And the joy we share when we tarry in that garden, none other has known. And I'm excited to be there, but until we are there, we're just going to trust in him as we walk through this world that is not Eden. So none other has known. Here it is, track 2 on the record. None other has known the thoughts that haunt my head alone at night. None other has known when I contemplated suicide. I tried all the Vicodin, it didn't even make a dent. The pain I had ran too far deep under my skin. This garden isn't Eden, that I'm walking through with you. I can feel the thorns hold on to me as I'm soaking up the dew. And this narrow path ain't easy, but I'm still seeing some things bloom. This winter was a long one, but I know you're on the move, and you make all things new. So I'll keep coming here to you. None other has known how guilty I felt crying in my pastor's arms. It was only third grade, but sin felt stronger than salvation in my heart. I said some sinner's prayer, but I counted on good works. Thought I could trade them for some healing of my hurt. This garden is an Eden that I'm walking through with you. I can feel the thorns hold on to me as I'm soaking up the dew. And this narrow path ain't easy, but I'm still seeing some things bloom. And this winter was a long one, but I know you're on the move, and you make all things new. So I'll keep coming here to you. And every time I do, I'm learning something else. By grace alone, through faith alone, you sacrificed yourself. Creator and created, one step at a time. I'm feeling more alive to you, the more I let me die. This garden is an Eden that I'm walking through with you. I can feel the thorns hold on to me as I'm soaking up the dew. This narrow path ain't easy, but I'm still seeing some things bloom. And this winter was a long one, but I know you're on the move, 'cause you make all things new. As you walk with me and you talk with me, and you tell me I am your own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. In this world we will have trouble, but take heart, because he has overcome the world, and we will be walking through an amazing garden with him someday. And right now we have the privilege to walk with him through this garden, even though it is not Eden. So take heart, because Jesus is walking right alongside us. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to donate to the album, the link is in the bio. Also, I'm still selling some Longhorns if you feel like you want one of those. All right, see y'all next week with track 3 of the album. Until then, Tuesday Night Light out.